Hi guys, and welcome to a new build series I'm going to be starting now. Actually, I started the build series about a month ago. I have at least an hour and a half video material filmed when my computer decided to go, fuck you. And yeah, he did that royally. Yeah, he fucked me off really, well, bad. And I still had the material, but some of it was gone. So linking parts were gone. It just was a mess. I was not able to show you guys what I told you I would show you and stuff like that. So I scrapped that. I just deleted all of it. So I'll just start the series that I planned on building a Operation Barbarossa diorama now. The thing is, the diorama base is, well, built. I'll show you in a second where we stand. This diorama series was supposed to be about starting from scratch, having like a piece of wood, balsa wood, glue, air drying clay, and just working up the layers of a diorama, doing all kinds of stuff. The thing is, it's all gone now. If you want to see how you do that, go over to Co&C, Mike's channel. He has a how-to diorama, and he explains how he does it. It's a good thing. I do some stuff differently, but well, the material is gone now, so well, tough luck. Mike has it very good, very helpful, very much insight into how he does it. So I can only well, endorse his videos. Go there, take a look. You'll see what you need to see. And this series I'm doing is going to focus on putting the groundwork in, the landscape, the flowers, the water in this case. Just trying to finalize a base that you have and making it look realistic, making it look like actual nature. And incorporating figures, building, tank, what have you, animals maybe, and just making it look realistic. And we'll be talking about what kind of plants are out there on the market, what kind of ground cover are out there on the market, what kind of water products do you have for your at your disposal, and that's what I'm going to do with you guys. Just kind of trying to take you by the hand and showing you how I do groundwork, how I do ground cover, foliage, plants. Not a tree. That won't be a tree. Sorry. But there are a lot of people out there that make tree, and I already made a pine tree video, so you can watch that if you want. And in this first episode, I'll quickly show you guys where the base stands. I'll tell you what I did to get there, and then we'll look at the materials that we will be using for our ground cover. And I'll quickly distinguish between the different brands that are out there, materials you might want to choose, you might not want to choose, and yeah. So let me quickly turn the camera around, get the diorama base on the bench, and then we'll start with our series. Thank you guys. Like I said, the base basically is built and base painted and ready to be naturized, let's call it that way. And I'm really sad, to be honest, that I wasn't able to show you guys how I got to this point because of all the computer problems I've had over the last couple of weeks and months. But let me quickly summarize how I got there. Well, I had a piece of wood, 30 by 30 centimeters, and I framed it with balsa wood. And once that was dry, I covered the whole base in wood glue. I did it wrong, apparently, by just putting the wood glue on, then taking a brush, putting water on it, and then just diluting it on the base. You can dilute the wood glue before. I did it this way. It worked out, so I'm happy. After that, I put down some styrofoam over here to create raised areas. And then, out of a total brain aneurysm I had, covered it in plaster of Paris. Going back, would have not done it again because it was totally crap. The plaster of Paris did not allow me, or actually I thought that putting plaster of Paris on would help me put on the Fimo air drying clay I put on after, but it actually made it harder because the plaster would break, and I had pieces of plaster everywhere, and yeah, it was bad. Let's put it this way. Then, like I said, I covered the entire base in Fimo air drying clay. I was a bit worried that the base would warp, but thanks to the wood glue, which was an idea of Paul Bratland and Tim Iwitz, thank you guys, the base did not warp. And yeah, so after the air drying clay was dry, I used Tamiya texture paint, both dark earth soil and light sand, gravel, for the areas of the diorama base, and painted them with them to create like a sandy, earthy surface structure. Once everything was dried, I gave it a good, healthy coat of Vallejo Surface Primer 10 Desert Base, just to unify all the colors and to kind of give it a polyurethane cover to protect everything that's underneath for when I put on oil washes, oil colors, whatever. After that was dried, I left it overnight. Of course, need to let the Vallejo primer dry for a bit. I used Revell acrylics to pick out certain areas like earth color, dark earth, shadows. This is actually the base primer color here. Not done anything to it. 10 colors, that kind of thing, to blend the edges a bit, just so it doesn't look, the contrast isn't too big. There is a contrast, and I wanted that contrast to be there because, well, there is contrast out there in nature, and I think the best area to see the contrast is right here on the actual path to the house that will go up here. There will be a house, yay! And yeah, I tried to blend everything using those Revell acrylics. Then I painted the little riverbed here in gray acrylics, and I will be picking out some of the stones more in detail in just a bit once I go off camera here. And yeah, once that's ready, I think I'll put a coat of agua gloss over it, or I might just not. And yeah, that's where we stand with the diabase. So let's get this out of the way. And let us quickly talk about the materials you use and you shouldn't use for ground cover on an Operation Barbarossa Russia summer dry diorama. I'll be back in just a second. Let me start out with this product. I have never used this product before. This is Vallejo Still Water. It's an acrylic product, that polyurethane actually, that dries see-through, completely clear, and it's a one-piece, like you don't have to mix anything, one component water product. You have to put it out in really, really thin layers. If you, some of you might remember, I have been using the Deluxe Materials solid water before, and it's a good product, don't get me wrong, but it's very laborious because you have to mix two components. It is very difficult to measure both components to the right amount, so you don't get like strange effects. And it's very, very long-lasting to dry, and it's really expensive. This is a 200 milliliter bottle, which cost me about 13 euros, which already is quite a steep price. But the solid water, for 200 milliliters, you would pay like 25 to 30 euros. So I decided I'll go with this and be happy with it. As I haven't used this, I will test this on a test piece, and if I like the results, I'll probably do it on camera, at least for the first layer. We'll pour this onto our diorama from a small cup, not from this thing, although you could probably do it like this, but yeah, caution. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. So there are a couple of other products for water, but they are almost all are two-part epoxies, or not epoxies, but two-component water products with resin and hardener. Like I said, more laborious, more expensive, most likely. And as I don't want to color this and want to have it clear, I thought, let's give it a try. All right, but as there won't only be water, but some foliage and grass and all kinds of stuff. Let me get out my magic grass box. This is my ground cover box. It's actually a shoe box where I think my girlfriend bought shoes and I just took the box because I needed one. And I store like all the ground cover materials I thought in there. Yet again, when I went to my girlfriend's for this week, I forgot my gravel, rocks, stones, sand kind of things at home. So yeah, bit screwed. And actually some other stuff I'll talk to you guys in a second about. This contains the normal stuff everyone has always heard about. Static grass. This is long static grass, so I won't be using this. It's too long. I bought the wrong grass. We won't be using that. We will be using something else to simulate grass. This is a very helpful thing here. This is for railroads. And it's, I don't know what it was called. It's from the company Knock, but to me it looks like pine needles and pieces of pine. And that's why I use this to enrich in ground cover if there's a pine tree, or just to add some color variation, just different kinds of material. Then all of us have always seen those sea foam bushes, and those stink to high heaven. That's why they are stapled like crazy. So it kind of smells like over here in Germany we have that stuff that we put in our soups that's called Maggi. It smells just like that, and those smell worse than Maggi. I actually like Maggi. Some of you might have seen my video on building a pine tree. Those are the leftovers. Awesome stuff like twigs, moss, all kinds of stuff that you can always like use for other projects. So really helpful that there's that much left over, which I will be using for this project too. Birch seeds look like leaves. Can always use them. Shouldn't use them overly or too many of them, especially if you don't have like a tree on the diorama. It will look strange. Oh, look at all those leaves. Where did they come from? They magically appeared. And then there are a couple of companies out there that create ready mixed and ready to apply ground covers. This is from the Scenic Factory. It's forest floor, which is of course not the right one, especially autumn tone, as we don't have a forest. So we went out and bought this. This is from Reality in Scale, Nature in a Pot, General Green Scatsa, which is much more fitting to what we want to do. And then I think there's forest in a pot out there and all kinds of stuff. So if you need ready mix scatter, there are a couple of companies out there that you might want to consider. Then of course, over here in Germany we have a nice company or a nice web shop called Friederike's Racks, and their Greenland products. These are small flowers in different colors: white, yellow, brown, purple. Really nice. I really like them. Really add to a diorama. We have grass strips from the same company. These are dry, so they have this yellowish look. Really nice. Gonna use those. Gonna be cutting them into pieces, and then they look like Yoda's hair, right, Paul? From the same company, I have got little green grass tufts that always look nice if you put them in, like, you have a big grass field and you don't want the uniformity of static grass or just scatter. Just add a couple of tufts, always looks nice. And then this we won't be using for this diorama, but a cool thing I like from a company called Diodump. They make this urban debris. So if you have a building that's like blown up and stuff, this comes with wooden pieces, bricks, metal wire, rots, all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. It's like a demolished building in a box. So, like I said, we'll be using some of the stuff in there, not all of it, but some. And because I wanted to take this to the next level, I went out and spent a bit of money. Again with Greenline. And these are flowers. Those are paper flowers. on 35th scale that add a lot of realism and intrigue to your diorama. All those come in this kind of packaging. In paper, you have to cut them out and you have to build them up yourself. And they come with a nice instruction sheet, which allows you to, of course, see how they are built up. Some come with metal rod. Actually, some come with white metal stems, if it's like bigger plans. Where is it? Right here. We have bulrush. And it actually comes with, I don't know if you can see it, but there's white metal stems for the bulrush. And it really, really looks awesome. So I'm actually looking forward to building those up, and they will go, of course, bulrush, for example, will go along the stream, of course, and others like poppy plants, did it again, did it on the first video I made about this, fern, sunflowers, they will look really cool. I'm looking forward to building those. And then the almost always famous dandelion, like I called them the first time, dandelion. They will go on there, but I forgot those at home as well, so I probably have to go home and pick them up. So yeah, like you see, we have a lot of material, a lot of stuff that will go on there. The big thing you always have to keep in mind, the material I use is not like the only material out there. Just try to be like versatile in what you use and how you use it, and try to not only use one product. The more variation you get, and the more tonal variation in products, the more you enrich your dio. That's why I bought this, just to try something new, just to see where it takes me. And the same with the plants. They are laborious, let me tell you that. When I built the first dandelion, I was cursing because they are small. So you either need goggles, good glasses, or one of these things here. This is what I will be using. It's like a big magnifying glass with a light, and I'm like, I can see the dandelion then, and I'll be using this. And but I think they offer so much that it's well worth it. So this was the first episode, and in the second episode, we will be actually making some plans. So I hope to see you guys around for that second episode. I hope you guys are interested in a diorama series like this, and I'll see you guys around. This is Hall Modeling. Always remember, the Force is with you. December 18th is fast approaching. Get your tickets for Star Wars. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.